ng iyong all-time hits. Ang tanging huntahan ng Masang Ngamaw. Number 1 sa Mega Manila, nationwide pa. Broadcasting from TGON, TVH Group of Networks. Dito lang sa inyong iisang himpilan. Cool FM. You are listening to Cool FM. Live from Cool Studios. This is Cool News at 4.
Good afternoon and welcome to koolNews at 4. I'm Taro. Let's get into the headlines. The Marcos administration should stop the imposition of monetary fines for vehicles with invalid radio frequency identification RFID or insufficient load balance. Excuse me. This view was aired by Bayan Muna party list on Friday. Bayan Muna chairperson Mares said the government should instead focus on providing accessible transportation. We demand the Marcos administration reconsider and scrap this oppressive policy. The focus should be on providing affordable and accessible solutions, not on imposing punitive fines, he pointed out. The government should focus on ensuring equitable access to transportation and not penalize those who are yet to adapt to RFID technology due to financial constraints, he said. Furthermore, the former Bayan Muna representative believes the measure is anti-people and further burdens motorists who are already struggling with the rising cost of transportation. He also stressed that imposing fines on top of recent toll hikes on SLEX South Luzon Expressway is nothing short of highway robbery. Meanwhile, Senator Grace Poe in a statement on Thursday said RFID should undergo a test of reliability following complaints from motorists that the devices at the tollways cannot read the RFID stickers. According to her, the test should first be done before imposing monetary fines for motorists who will have insufficient load or defective RFID as they pass through the expressways. The Department of Transportation, Land Transportation Office, and Toll Regulatory Board signed this regulation under the Joint Memorandum Circular Number 2024-001 last August 1. It will take effect on August 31st. Brian Paul Allamanares, chairperson of the FPJ Foundation, mobilized his organization's resources and traveled to San Carlos, Pangasinan to distribute financial aid to vendors affected by the fire that gutted the old public market last August 22. San Carlos Mayor Julia Ayoy Resulio organized a town hall meeting at the FPJ Arena's Resulio complex to hear out the concerns of each the displaced vendors. Roselio distributed food packs while Paul Almanzares handed out 1,000 pesos cash assistance to each victim, or a total of more than 500,000 pesos. Paul Almanzares said that he's happy to be working alongside Mayor Rusulelo, a family friend. He also thanked the private donors and friends of FPJ Panday Banihan who chipped in to help the people of San Carlos. I had to go home to Pangasinan and check on the market vendors. It's FPJ's birth month. I need to take care of our kababayans in San Carlos, he said. Last August 20 was the late national artist Fernando Poe Jr.'s 85th birth anniversary. The Poe family had previously celebrated this occasion by unveiling the FPJ statue in Pandangas. In his speech, Paul Manzares explained that FPJ Bayanihan was founded to continue FPJ's legacy of helping those in need. More recently, Paul Manzares was recognized as one of Asia's modern heroes for his humanitarian work and disaster relief operations through FPJ Panday Bayanihan, which has helped over 20,000 families across the Philippines and distributed more than 45,000 food packs to those in need over the past 10 years. Give me one moment. Sorry about the sound effects you can hear from my phone. A jeepney passenger died and 10 others were injured when their vehicle lost its brake while negotiating a descending section of a road in Tantay, Rizal on Friday, August 23. The police region 4A reported Saturday, August 24 that the jeep driven by Feliciano Eugencio was going downhill in Barangay Sampaloc around 12:45 p.m. when the mishap took place. The jeep was loaded with at least 30 employees of the Department of Social Welfare and Development. The way where vehicle crashed into the concrete gutter ran over a grassy portion before I finally stopped about almost 20 meters off the road. The driver and 10 of the passengers sustained injuries and were taken to Tanay General Hospital and Rizal Provincial Hospital System in neighboring Morong Town for treatment. Passenger Antonio Liputan, age 44, died on the way to the hospital. The driver is facing the criminal charges. And the Philippine Coast Guard is preparing to file an administrative case against the owner of MV Mirola 1. This is the vessel carrying diesel oil that ran aground in shallow waters off the coast of Sito Quiapo, Barangay Bian in Mariveles last month. The information came from Coast Guard Station Bataan Commander Michael John Encina. MV Mirola 1 is already contained, he told reporters in an online briefing on Saturday. We are now in the process in processing the administrative case. Actually, we already have that. Next week, we will have what we call a summoning of the owner, he continued. And Sienna also said that the timeline of retrofitting and repair of the vessel depends on its owner. For that aspect, since it's already stable and the vessel is whacked and damaged, the retrofitting and what we call the repair will be based on the decision of the owner. What we have here is more of the administrative case and a possible criminal case, depending on the conclusion and guidance of our legal counsels, as Sina continued. The commander expressed relief that MV Mirola 1 is already stable. At least we have struck one off the list. We have already resolved one maritime incident here, he said. Aside from MV Mirola 1, 2 more boats figured in mishaps in Bataan. Last month, the motor tanker MTKR Terra Nova that sank up Limay on July 25 and the MTKR Jason Bradley that capsized due to bad weather in the waters of Mariveles on July 27. As of 7:30 a.m. on Friday, August 23, the PCG said over 178,000 liters of oil had been collected from MTKR Terra Nova. Meanwhile, resealing and patching of the manhole and air vents of MTKR Jason Bradley are ongoing in preparation for the refloating operation. It is now 4:14 in the afternoon and we will be here to serve you the headlines until 4:30. So stick around, koolNews at 4, we'll be right back. Welcome back to koolNews at 4. Anti-illegal agents of Rizal Police arrested 4 alleged big-time drug traffickers and seized more than 716,000 pesos worth of shabu in separate operations in the province on Friday and Saturday, August 23 and 24. The Region 4A Police in the report Saturday said police operatives in Kenta, Kenta, Scholar Frederick around 12:30 a.m. in the bypass operation in Barangay San Juan. Confiscated from the suspect were 55 grams of shabu worth about 374,000 pesos as per the valuation of the Dangerous Drugs Board. Also confiscated was an undocumented caliber .45 pistol loaded with 4 bullets. In Binangonan, police officers arrested two drug pushers identified as Christian and John in a sting operation in Barangay Bilibiran around 7:50 p.m. on Friday. The operation yielded 6 sachets of meth weighing 20.4 grams with a DDD value of more than 138. The police also confiscated a motorcycle believed to have been used by the suspects in the distribution of illegal drugs. Earlier, city drug enforcers in Taytay also apprehended toll in another drug bust in Barangay San Juan at 3:30 a.m. on Friday. The suspect yielded 204,000 pesos worth of meth. The cops also confiscated the motorcycle of the suspect. Authorities also seized 3 mobile phones in Taytay and Binangonan operations. The device will be subjected to digital forensic examinations to determine if the suspects have records on the drug transactions. Police tag all suspects as HVIs or high-value individuals in the local drug trade. Rizal police are now tracking the source of the illegal drugs being peddled by the suspects. All the persons arrested are detained and are facing charges for allegedly violating the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. Frederick will also be facing another case of illegal possession of a firearm. A member of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ religious sect died during the same time. About 2,000 members of the Philippine National Police were conducting an operation meant to serve the warrant of arrest to sect leader Pastor Abel Kibuloy. The operation was held inside the church compound in Buhangin District, Davao City. Major Catherine Dela Rey, Chief of the Police Regional Office 11 Public Information Office, confirmed the fatality. 1 person died. It is not true that it was 7. He was declared dead on arrival at Southern Medical Philippines Hospital here in Davao due to cardiac arrest. She told Inquirer.net over the phone. The deceased was a male over 50 years old. Based on our investigation, the patient had been exhausted and sleep deprived for several days after guarding their tower, she explained. Dela Rey said that KOGC members initially refused police assistance for their LA member. They waited for more than 50 minutes before calling an ambulance. Even when the police medical staff arrived, they were reluctant to let them attend to the patient, claiming that they didn't know what to do because they had their own doctor inside, she said. Eventually, they must have realized that it was necessary to transport the patient to the hospital, which is why they allowed the ambulance to take him, she noted. Dela Rey clarified that the person had no interaction with the police prior to the incident. There was no interaction. No commotion happened. He died due to exhaustion from his duties at the tower, Dela Rey stressed. Around 5 a.m. on August 24, around 2,000 police officers converged on the KOGC compound to serve an arrest warrant on Kibuloy. Dela Rey said they received information indicating that Kibuloy was in the compound, prompting the search operation. The search is still ongoing as of 11:30 a.m. And now let's get into the headlines from around the world. The United States said Friday that progress had been made at the latest round of Gaza trade talks after the presence of Israeli troops on the Egyptian border emerged as a major sticking point. The White House said CIA Chief William Burns was among U.S. officials taking part in the discussions in Cairo, joining the heads of Israel's spy agency and security service. There has been progress made. We need now for both sides to come together and work towards implementation, U.S. National Security Council spokesman John Kirby said. Preliminary talks that began Thursday were constructive in nature, he said, adding that reports that the diplomacy was near collapse were inaccurate. An Egyptian source close to the negotiations told AFP the Egyptian and Qatari intelligence chiefs were also taking part. The discussions are taking place in Cairo in preparation for an enlarged round of negotiations which will begin on Sunday, the source said. Washington is discussing with mediators new proposals to bridge the gap between Israel and Hamas and for mechanisms to implement the plan. According to the White House, U.S. President Joe Biden discussed the upcoming talks by telephone Friday with Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and Qatari Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. The Egyptian source said Sunday's negotiation will be a pivotal step in formulating an agreement that will be announced if Washington can pressure Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The presidents of Hamas, whose unprecedented October 7 attack on Israel triggered the war in Gaza, were not attending the Cairo talks. An official from the Islamic movement, Hossam Barran, told AFP Friday that Netanyahu's insistence that his troops remain on a strip along the Gaza-Egypt border called the Philadelphia Corridor reflected his refusal to reach a final agreement. Egypt, Qatar, and the United States have for months tried to reach a deal to end more than 10 months of war between Israel and Hamas. Previous optimism during months of on-off trade talks has proven unfounded. Fighting reached on Friday with witnesses reporting combat in northern, central, and southern Gaza. An overnight strike on the house went west of the southern city of Khan Yunis killed 11 people, including 4 women and 4 children, and wounded a number of others, Gaza's Civil Defense Agency said early Saturday. And let's get into finally let's get into the showbiz happenings. Dindo Balares, Chris Aquino's close friend, affirmed that Bimbi Aquino is heterosexual after fake news circulated on social media that the latter got intimate with a man on the beach. Balares took to Instagram to denounce the fake news and emphasized that Bimbi is not the other guy in the viral photos, adding that he is not a part of the LGBTQ plus community. Bim is straight, he wrote in all caps. Even my friends in the entertainment media keep messaging and asking me, even early in the morning, if Bibi is really the one in the fake news photos. In photos, which turned out to be from a post taken during an engagement on the beach of a happy gay couple, one looks like Bim because of the body build, eyeglasses, and even the haircut. Useful for earning on social media, but that's not Bim, he added. And that is it for Cool News at 4. As always, you can get in touch with us at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. And we'll see you later for more Cool News headlines at 6 in the evening. Goodbye for now, and good afternoon.